everyone, so in this project we are going to be restoring a dining room set back to its original glory. It's got some watermarks, scratches, some normal wear and tear, but we're going to be stripping it, sanding it, and restoring it to its original color. Let me show you what we're working with. So here it is. This is the project we're going to be working on. This is a dining room set. We have a table, 6 chairs, and a buffet. And as you can see, this is just some normal wear and tear. The finish is coming off. This has been a well-loved set, and we're so excited to bring it back to its original glory. This is the top of the buffet. It just has some watermarks and scratches, dings. Along with the table, we have some scratches and dings. This is veneer, so we're going to be stripping it so that we don't go through the wood. And of course, we are taking the doors off. That is the first thing we're going to be doing. We will not be restoring the inside because that is still in good condition, and it gives us an example of color that we will be going by. We're going to flip the table upside down because this is a drop leaf table, so the sides come off and they drop down, and there's some added leaves in there too. So we are unscrewing and we are labeling A and B corresponding to the sides so that when we put it back together, we can know which side goes where. Now it goes on to stripping. We are stripping outdoors. Matt is protecting himself with the RZ mask. We are using Benko stripper. This is the B4, and we are using a chip brush to apply it. We do a nice thick coat of the stripper, usually 2 to 3 coats of it. Let it sit for a little bit and it will start to activate and bubble up, and then it scrapes right off. Then we use a steel wool with some acetone. That helps remove the finish as well, and it also deactivates the stickiness of the stripper. So it's a cleaning and deactivator for the stripper. This is a time lapse of the top of the table, which is so cool because you can see how it just starts to bubble up on the sides. We put one more coat on, and this is what it looks like. You can see the old finish is literally clumping up on the top, and it is so gratifying to scrape it off. Look at that. This is my absolute favorite part of stripping. We strip it off and we put it into cups that we will dispose of properly and safely. And we have our kids and our dog that play over here, so we have the tarp down to protect our surfaces so that it won't harm anyone. This stuff does burn if it gets onto your skin, so we do wear protective gloves when we are doing this so that we don't get any of it on us. We are taking the top off the buffet now, and we use a steel brush to kind of scrape off the stripper and the old finish on those little rounded edges of the top. And this is what it looks like after it is cleaned with acetone. And this is the entire set stripped and ready to be sanded. When we sand, the color will come off a little bit more, but this is definitely lighter than where we started, and already you can see that it is a lot more consistent in the color. Of course, the leaves don't get a lot of sun exposure, so leaves are normally a little darker than the rest of the table. We are using our 3x4 electric ray sander, and this is by Surfprep Sanding. They are an amazing company to work with. I am using the medium Proform pad. It has a little bend to it, and it's about a 150 grit, and it took the finish off of all these curves so well. But for the flat surfaces, we go with the 6-inch orbital sander. This is the Festool 6-inch orbital sander. So we have a couple different sanders, and they all have different purposes. The 6-inch orbital sander works great for larger, flatter surfaces, and then Matt is going back in with the Surfprep on those corners. And this is how the Surfprep sander gets around these curves. It literally bends, the pad bends around the curves, making curves like this so easy. This is what the entire set looks like after it has been sanded. Again, we have a consistent color. You can see that all of the finish has been removed, and now we are going to reapply the stain that we found. That this color is Pecan by General Finishes. It is a water-based stain, and we can see that it looks very, very close to how it looks from the inside. So we tried it out first and we got it approved by the owner. And so that is the stain color that we have chosen to go with. Matt is using a foam brush to apply it, and then he's just going to use a clean rag to wipe off the excess. We also used a tape drape to cover up the inside of the buffet so that we didn't get any of the stripper or the stain on the inside. Now we are applying the stain to the top, and we are going to be wiping back with a rag. We do larger surfaces, we do larger areas, and then we wipe it all back. It helps to kind of move your rag back and forth in straight lines and try to go over it one more pass at the end just to make sure that you have a nice consistent area on your rag. The chairs are also applied with a foam brush, and it is pretty easy to go around all the little curves, and then he goes in with a rag and he wipes off the excess. Now we are so close to the finishing line, we are just doing the final steps. Of course, we always have to secure our stain with the top coat. This is a nice clear top coat, and we will do 2 coats of this, and we do a light scuff sand in between just to make sure that we can get all of the little dust and bubbles out, and it makes a nice smooth finish. That's just a little tip that we have come up with. And Matt is wearing his RZ mask. This is the M3 mask, and we have been loving it. And here's a little peek at the thing that Matt built. He got this idea from his friend Nick in Huntsville with New Life Refinishing, and it is like a lazy Susan for furniture. So Matt can literally kick the corner and it will spin the chair for him, and it has been such a nice little hack. Now we're doing the top coat on the table, and it is time to put everything together. So we flip the table back over, and since we had labeled it A and B, we know exactly which leaf goes on which side. We screw all the drop leaf extensions back in. One little tip that we have is that every single one of our screws and pieces, knobs, anything that comes from the table that when we are disassembling goes into a bag, and that way we can just pull the bag out and know exactly what hardware goes where for all the different pieces. And we are now onto the other side, screwing the other side in, and this is the little pulley for the drop leaf. And then it was time to turn the table back over and look at the final work. Take off the tape drape and the tape to make sure that we have a nice smooth area from our stain to make sure it didn't get clumps anywhere. Putting on the hardware and tapping in all the little nails and putting the doors back on, getting close to the finish line. Teamwork makes the dream work. And there it is, a little sneak peek, admiring the hard work. And then it is time to stage. We like to do this for our clients. It just gives a nice little finished look and a professional touch to it. And this is part of the part where maybe you don't want to know all the behind the scenes, because now that you will look at our staged photos and you'll never look at it the same, because you know that we look kind of creepy setting up a table without seats in a garage that no one is going to be able to sit in, and it just kind of looks a little creepy, but in pictures you would never know. It's kind of that Instagram versus reality type of moment, but look how good it looks. There are no scratches, no stains, no watermarks. Everything is fresh. A new coat of stain has been applied. There's no worn finish, and this set looks brand new, and it is restored to its original glory. The clients were so pleased, so happy, and that is our goal at the end of the day, is to just make sure that our clients are happy. And of course, we have to show you what it looks like without all of the plates and things like that, so that you can see the nice finished product. Nice smooth finish, and that is it. Then it was time to stage the buffet and show that off, take some pictures of that, show the nice finished look of that. And there's the buffet. If you liked this video, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you leave those below, and we will have all the products that we used listed in the description below. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Moses Restorations. Thanks. Bye.